What's going on, guys? It's Jake. I'm sitting here in my car in the Nassau parking lot. It is cold, it is rainy, it was snowing earlier, it's just nasty out. But anyway, that's not what this is about. This video is for the Night 2 Providence kind of review, I guess. I don't know. So, after Night 1 of Providence, I drove home. I live in Connecticut, so I was able to drive home, slept there, and then drive back up for Night 2. Got in around, I don't know, 3 o'clock or so, maybe closer to 4. Did the same thing as the first night, went right up to the same pizza shop, got a pizza, nice bite to eat before, and then saved some for after the show, so that was pretty cool. And then same thing again, I just kind of made my way down to the lot, get some interviews and some footage just for the documentary I'm making, you know, so I spent a lot of time out before the show, just kind of walking around and scoping out the scene and all that stuff. So the lot scene was a lot like it was the night before in Night 1. The only difference was they kind of had vendors set up in different areas. So it was a little bit more open, kind of. They made room for people to walk around this time. So it wasn't as like tightly packed in there. So I don't know. I guess that's better. I don't know. It didn't really make much of a difference, to be honest. But I got a good amount of interviews. You know, met with people on .net that were checking out my forum posts and people that were interested in the documentary. And also got some more interviews with vendors that were around there, you know, and I got a couple really good ones, so I'm excited about that. So I'll be throwing up some B-roll footage of some shots I got, kind of just don't want to give away too much again, save most of it for the documentary, but you know, some stuff that'll make this video a little more interesting. Yeah, it was cold, man. It was like low 30s. It was, you know, just like it was the first night, maybe even a little bit colder, but I mean, everyone kind of packed in together on Shakedown, stayed warm. People were selling some hot food. There was Gumbo Guy down there selling a hot gumbo, which is always nice to have at cold shows. And then once you get inside the arena, you're fine. It's nice and cozy in there. And I think that kind of reflected on the crowd. You know, it was a Saturday night show, so of course it's going to be more partying than, you know, like a regular weekday show. But I think it was a little bit more tame because people had been outside kind of in the cold, braving the elements all day, and we're a little tired out from that. So yeah, the show overall was awesome, honestly. I can safely say it was leaps and bounds better than the first night. I mean, I didn't think the first night was bad, but the second night was pretty awesome. They had a lot of deep jamming, and Page kept doing this thing where he'd do like the THX, like boo, like, you know, at the beginning of all the movies. So I don't know, he did that before like literally just about every song, and I don't know, it was funny. It's like a running gag kind of thing. Kept doing the plasma outro too. Trey seems to be loving that. It almost seemed a little forced at times, but it was, you know, more for comedic value versus musical value, and I thought it was pretty funny. So song selection was pretty awesome. First set, I mean, the Page kept doing that THX thing, and then they had a lot of really cool, just different songs that they were playing. The ones that kind of stand out to me, Punch You in the Eye, I love. That's great. It was a slot 2 song, so it's almost like you get 2 openers. That's kind of like a traditional set opener kind of tune, at least, you know, the way I see it. And you know, you get the funked out llama, which is fun. You know, I like to see that. You know, I'm not going to go through every single song here, but I mean, there was a good amount of variety in the first set, and they just kind of kept it rolling, and it was just, weren't many like lull down moments throughout it. It just flowed really smoothly, I feel. And then set 2 was awesome. A lot of really jammy tunes, you know. It was only, I guess, a 6 song or so, second set. Bathtub Gin, great jam. Brought that into Alaska. People complain about what's the use in the second set, but I don't know. I love the tune. I'll never complain about seeing that, so that's awesome. Cool Piper, Golden Age. Kept throwing in that plasma reprise right at the end there, and then the Harry Hood was like monstrous. That was like a really, really good Harry Hood. Really psyched to see that one. And the encore was really great as well. I mean, big black furry creature from Mars. They're throwing in Kung into it. And then they did Wombat, which I guess is like the first time they've done that in the encore slot, so that was cool. And I thought that was over, so they did Possum after that, and then they went into like that plasma reprise that they've been doing. So yeah, it was an awesome show. I'd say like maybe 4.5 stars. It was like honestly like really, really great. I loved it. One of the best shows I've seen in a while, so psyched on that. And then after the show, I went back to my car, warmed it up a little bit, and then I drove back home, took a little pit stop, took a shower, freshened up, charged my batteries, all that good stuff, and then drove straight down here to Nassau. Got in at about 6 a.m., 7 a.m. or so, and I pulled my car into a little Walmart parking lot and just, you know, busted out the sleeping bags and just knocked there for the night. So That's kind of a tour staple, is the old Walmart parking lot. So it never failed me and hasn't failed me last night. So woke up this morning though, and I turned my car on, let it warm up, and having a little overheating issue, and I'm not getting any hot air coming in. So I think it might have something to do with the coolant levels in there. I mean, my overflow reservoir was completely empty, and I was having issues with this a few weeks back, and then it seemed to fix itself. But I'm not concerned though, because I mean, if I need to miss Philly, I need to miss it. I'm probably not getting it anyway, but I mean, I got money and I got time, so I can make it out to Pittsburgh here in a few days, no problems, I'm thinking. So I'm gonna try and mess around, see if I can fix it myself tomorrow, and then if I can't, I'll just, you know, bring it to a mechanic and then probably have it done by tomorrow night, I'm guessing. So, you know, these things happen and I'm not stressed. It just is what it is. But looking forward to the show tonight. Got an interview lined up right now I'm about to go do. And yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys out there. See you on tour.